come shopping with me in Milan. My journey today started by taking the train. It's a 14-minute train ride from where I live to Milan, and it was kind of a very bad weather. It was raining, but the train arrived in time, which is not always the case. And then it was time to take the metro. Destination Il Duomo, a very small ride from Milano Cadorna, where I arrived, to Il Duomo, and it is my favorite place in Milan. I am headed to La Rinascente, which is this building over there, and I'm going to take you along with me to see what I'm going to try and buy. First stop, of course, is Chanel, and I sniffed some fragrances from Les Exclusives line. This is one of my favorite private collections. Try to guess which is the fragrance that I got at the end. I did splurge a little bit, so I tried also some makeup. I tried some of the lipstick and blush from the holiday editions, but I did not like it much, so I went for a very traditional color at the end. The sales rep was very kind and was very patient with me. And I also tried a corrector, the Sublimage, and it is absolutely wonderful. She made me also try some highlighters and powders, so I got some of the products that I've tried also at the end. Here is the packing process, and it's always a very bougie experience when it comes to Chanel counter, and I'm so happy with the products that I got. I will share everything at the end. Next stop is Guerlain, and again I sniffed and looked a little bit at their private collection. I tested also the new 2 fragrances that came out recently from the line, and I decided to get one of the fragrances that is on my wish list since I tried it during summer, and I did personalize the bottle, and here is my purchase from Guerlain. I did also some testing of some fragrances, so I tried some of the Esprit de Parfum fragrances from Christian Dior, and then it was time to go home. Welcome to my birthday haul. As you saw in the beginning of the video, I went to Milan to do some shopping, and I got myself some gift for my birthday. But before going through the fragrances and the products that I got, I am so sorry for not uploading in the recent days. Actually, my birthday is on the 19th of October, so I actually celebrated my birthday a little bit late. So what happened is that I had to fly to Egypt on an emergency, let's say, for a couple of days, because my mom was extremely sick and it didn't look very good. She is still not doing very well, but she's doing a little bit better, thank God. I actually kind of celebrated my birthday there. So my nephew and nieces actually surprised me with a cake, and it was very nice, and I was very emotional because I was worried about my mother and everything, but it was very sweet of them, and I really appreciated it. And when I returned, it took me a couple of days to readjust, to deal with what I was going through. And I actually planned to get one of the fragrances, not all of them to be honest, just one of them. And when my mother got sick and everything, I just decided to postpone it maybe for next year or for another occasion. But I don't know, after a couple of days I was thinking, and I just got this urge to just do it, like go to Milan and buy what you want. And I was not planning to get so many things, but it just happened. I think it's partially because of my emotional state, and I turned 45, so it's kind of a important number, let's say. So I just decided to splurge on myself. So sorry for missing a lot of uploads. I will try my best to go on schedule again and upload regularly. I have so many materials to work on, you can't even imagine. So I was actually thinking about doing, instead of 3 or 4 videos, just to get everything that I need to upload before Christmas. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I have very, very exciting content coming, so definitely stay tuned. So let's start with the first purchase. I'm going just to go through everything in the order of my purchase. So first stop was the Chanel counter, and I got myself not only some fragrances, I got myself also other products from Chanel. I splurged a lot. So this time we have the camellia and the navy blue, which is so beautiful. And we have a very, very heavy box of Chanel. So let me show you. So we have 2 fragrances and also some makeup products. So let's start with the first one that is here, and the first one we have 1932. If you are an old subscriber, you will know that this fragrance has been on my wish list now for almost, I think, more than 2 years now. And at the beginning I was searching for maybe a second-hand bottle or maybe for a good deal on it. And I did find some, I'm not going to lie, but the thing is, I noticed with Chanel, the Exclusive line, and also Celine, these 2 lines in particular have a lot of fakes, and I was a little bit worried. It's kind of risky. So I then decided just to buy this fragrance on my birthday. So this purchase was planned for quite a while, and I was very impatiently waiting for my birthday to get it, and finally it's here. So this is the 75 ml, and this is one of the most elegant soft floral fragrances, and it's a bouquet of flowers that are very light, very soft, very elegant. You have here, like in the opening, you will get the aldehydes, but it's not as off-putting. Think about the aldehydes that are a little bit in number 5 low, like these fragrances, but even less. It's very, very light. It's just in the beginning when you first spray it, you immediately get the lilac note, which is very, very beautiful. And I'm kind of obsessed with the note of lilac recently, not as like a very straightforward lilac scent, but in mixed with white florals, I find it very, very elegant. So you have the lilac, you have a lot of also white flowers. I think there is orange blossom, there is jasmine. You have also a note that you will get right from the start, and it is orris root, and it's just beautiful. So beautiful. I definitely prefer orris root when it comes to a note in fragrances to iris itself. Iris gives me a little bit of, not in all fragrances, but in some fragrances it gives me this earthy, like mud, like dirt, a little bit facet. So I don't like it so much, but orris is something else. Such a beautiful scent, definitely on the mature side. So I'm not going to lie and tell you this is very joyful or youthful. No, it's kind of a mature scent, but not old-fashioned, if you know what I mean. It's so beautiful, and I'm so happy that finally I have it after so many years, after waiting so much. I'm so happy that I have it. I know it's not exactly the season for this fragrance, but nevertheless, I'm very, very excited and happy to finally have this fragrance. The next one is 1957, again in a 75 ml. I don't know why they do it in a 75 and then they go up to 200. 200 is definitely too much, so I was not thinking about getting it, but I would have appreciated 100 ml in these 2 fragrances actually, because the scent profile is something that I use a lot of. So here we have 1957, and as in 1932, it's a little bit of a mature scent. It's kind of even more mature than 1932, in my opinion. This is a and extremely clean. So again, we are talking about very soft, elegant, floral fragrance, but here it's extremely clean, more than floral, I would say. It again has this burst of aldehydes that you will get in the beginning. Get also the orris, the iris, but it's a very clean one. It's a very musky, clean fragrance. And it's so beautiful. I think the notes that I'm getting most of here is orange blossom, but it's a very transparent one. It's also a little bit powdery, and it's such a easygoing, musky, clean, elegant fragrance. So such an easy reach kind of a fragrance. It's not offensive at all. It's very demure. Like I would say with 1932, you have a little bit more of presence. This one is a little bit more of a fragrance that stays close to you. It's not big in projection, let's say. So it's one of the fragrances that I would recommend for someone who's looking for a clean fragrance or is into the clean aesthetic. Minimalist. This is one of the best fragrances that are also not offensive, not synthetic, and are extremely elegant. Now, before going to the third fragrance, which is quite similar to this one, I have to admit, let's go through some makeup products that I got. I was trying actually their limited edition Christmas products, but it was just not exactly what I was looking for. And Amanda, the sales rep there, is excellent. She knew exactly what I was looking for, and she said, I have the exact things that you are looking for. So here is very predictable nude shade, but what I liked about this one, although it's a nude, it's not overly cool toned. So I was looking actually for something that is suitable for me in the vibe of Velvet Teddy from MAC, but on me it turns gray, and this one does not. So a lot of nudes that have this kind of color turn for some reason gray on my lips. Actually, this color would be perfect with what I'm wearing today. The next one is quite a splurge. I heard the best thing about the Sublimage corrector for the eyes from Chanel. And everyone said that this is the best on mature skin. I kind of go into cycles when it comes to my under eyes. So just, let's say, a month ago, I was actually looking at myself in the mirror, and when I do my makeup, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what am I doing, but my under eyes look amazing. And then suddenly, I don't know what happened. Could be stress, could be also like my emotional state. I don't know what is it. Now I look 10 years older when it comes to my under eyes. So she tried it actually on my face, as you saw, and it looks amazing. I'm not going to open it now because I have already my makeup on, but I can't wait to test it. It's very thin. It has a lot of luminosity, which is what you are looking for when you have my problem, like hollowness and a lot of lines, and you look tired overall. Having a corrector that has a little bit of luminosity to it, and I wore that corrector till the end of the day, and it looked amazing. So I'm very excited to use it and see. She gave me also a sample of Sublimage serum. She actually used it when she tries this one. She told me that it's like the best combination, but I didn't want, like, so when it comes to skincare, I don't go to these kind of brands, to be honest. Like Chanel, I love you, but skincare, I don't think so. But she gave me anyways a sample, so I will try with and without and see. Maybe I am wrong. Now let's get to the next, Guerlain. So a little bit of a different experience, let's say, with the Guerlain counter. So with Chanel, it was kind of more of a bougie experience, to be honest. Guerlain, I thought, as I went and got actually quite a expensive fragrance, I don't know. I kind of expected a little bit more from them, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, this is just the blotter. This is Gredior and the I would say Le Parfum concentration. I actually really liked it. I almost can say I prefer to the original one. I have to go back and try more. By the way, I did try Rose Star. I got a sample when it was released. It will be in my next episode of testing hyped new releases. So the fragrance that I got is Musc Outre Blanc. I have talked about this fragrance many times because when I tested that one, I just fall in love with it. It's for me the best musky fragrance. So here is the bottle. Of course, I went for the small one and I personalized it. I thought for musky fragrance, I would go with something a little bit light, regardless of the packaging. Let's talk about the fragrance. This one has not been on my wish list now for such a long time. This one I added, I think, maybe 10 months ago or something. So let's see how this smells. Oh yeah. So beautiful. This is very clean without having an edge. Like if we talk about 1957, there is an edge because of the aldehydes a little bit, and also the musk that Chanel uses is a little bit different. This is very creamy also. It's almost very creamy. It's very elegant. It's very soft. It's like a hug. It's so beautiful. My favorite musky fragrance, and that says a lot. I think this creaminess comes from the milk note. It doesn't have anything lactonic about it. It's just soft and airy and whipped almost. It's so beautiful. You have here again neroli and iris. So you can see from the notes, it's quite in the same vibe as 1957. But this is a little bit, I would say, more modern compared to 1957. It's very inoffensive. I think more people will enjoy Musc Outre Blanc than 1957, that has a little bit of this aldehyde, has a little bit of this mature vibes. This is, I wouldn't consider this as a mature scent. Actually, it's very modern and very soft. This is why a lot of you told me in the comments when I talked about this one that it's extremely soft, that you struggled a little bit with the longevity and the performance in general. And I get it. This scent profile doesn't last very long, I have to be honest. But the scent itself is so beautiful to the point that I just don't care. Like when it comes to these kind of very soft, clean, musky fragrances, I am not looking for something that is extremely long lasting, because I know if I go that direction, I will get Narciso Rodriguez. Like it's very strong, long lasting and everything, but it's a little bit too much. It's too strong. So in some cases you have to pick. You can't get everything. The same goes for citrusy fragrances. I just love this fragrance. Actually, it was one of the fragrances that is a love at first sniff for me. I smelled it. I was totally in love. It was for a while between this one and Musc Ka from Elaka. That one is also one of the most amazing musky fragrances, very unique ones. This is a little bit more easygoing, something that a lot of people would enjoy again compared to Elaka. Musc Ka is still on my wish list, I have to admit. I took it off my wish list when I smelled this one, but then I returned to it because it's very unique. But as you saw, when I chose the one to get, I chose Musc Outre Blanc, maybe because also I'm in this phase where I am just in love with these kind of scents. I want something very soft, elegant, easygoing. That is what I'm looking for. And to be honest, I'm actually worried about winter because I'm kind of looking at all my winter fragrances and all of them seem to me too strong. And maybe when the weather is really, like it is cold now, but not as much. So maybe when it's really cold, I will change my mind. But I kind of feel like I am not going to wear any winter fragrances. I don't know, it's crazy. It could be, again, the stress and everything. Anyway, Musc Outre Blanc, another fragrance that I am totally obsessed with. This is not the only fragrance actually from the private collection from Guerlain that I have on my wish list. I always share with you my wish list at the end of the year or the beginning of the new year. So I have to admit, my list is kind of extremely small. It's getting smaller and smaller with time. And to be completely honest, I kind of am totally satisfied with what I have. If I get the 2 fragrances that I have in my mind, I will leave it as a surprise if I get them for Christmas. I think I am done. Like, I have nothing left on my wish list. And I'm testing a lot of fragrances actually recently. Like, it's crazy. Everything wowed me for a very, very long time. Since I've tested Celine and the private collection of Guerlain, I think these 2 were the last where I was like, oh wow, I need to get this fragrance, or I like this excitement, this love for a fragrance. After these 2, like, I didn't find anything. Anyway, so definitely there are very, very exciting fragrances that will come for my Christmas. There are 2 other fragrances on my wish list, but I talked about one of them, and there is another one that I'm just leaving again for a special occasion. Like with 1932, I decided just that this is going to be the fragrance that I'm going to get for my birthday. The other 2 are fragrances that I want to associate with a special place. So in total, I have to say, like, really, really love for a fragrance are only 4. But the haul did not finish here, because I have something else to show you. And I have to be honest, I'm kind of embarrassed to show you, because I talked bad about this collection in general and that it's not worth the price tag. And I'm still of that opinion. So it's a very impulsive buy. And actually, I was thinking about my words when I smelled the fragrance. Like, for the first time, I had a discovery set of this collection. I shared my first impression. And it was the first time for me to see it in person and to smell it. And what made me buy it is because I had a nice price on it. So this is a fragrance that I got from the airport, actually. And it belongs, yes, to the private collection of Versace. It's the fragrance that I loved the most from that collection. So it's still packed in the duty-free bag and everything. I got the fragrance that I loved the most from the private collection from Versace, Santal Boisé. This is how the presentation comes to. Let me show you how it looks inside. So here we have the box. Quite a presentation, I have to say. And it opens like that. Like presentation, I will give it a 10 out of 10. And then we have the fragrance. Quite heavy. And this is how it looks. You have the logo and the name on top. Magnetic cap. And Santal Boisé is a sandalwood fragrance, a spicy sandalwood. And completely honest, I'm so happy that I got it. When I did my last declutter, I will leave that video link down below. I went through every single method I did, and one of them was by category. And then you realize that when it comes to very soft, woody fragrances, I have only Santal Karma from Atelier Cologne, which is a fine fragrance. Like, I like it, but I sometimes feel like it's not very complicated. It's kind of one-dimensional. So this is exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for something a little bit more, I would say, with a kick, a little bit more sweet, because usually with Santal Guerlain I layer it with a soft vanilla or something just to add more to it. So this definitely fills the void. Like when it comes to all the other fragrances that I've got, to be honest, although I love them so much and I actually were more in love with them than with this one, are redundant. Like the scent profile, musky fragrances, floral fragrances, soft florals, spring summer fragrance florals. I have a lot. It is my category of fragrances, to be honest, and I can't get enough of it because I wear them a lot and I love. It's just something that represents me. But I also need something like this one, exactly because what I've mentioned, like when it comes to winter fragrances, they are quite strong for my taste. Like I wear them, I love them, but I want something that is still winter appropriate, but a little bit softer. And this is exactly what I was looking for. So although it's kind of impulsive buy, and it's something that I said that you shouldn't pay that amount of money, it's the one that completes my fragrance collection in a way. And the fact that I didn't pay the full price that you would pay from like the Versace store or something definitely pushed me to get it. I wore it during my flight because I've tested it on my skin, and I was thinking all the time, I'm so happy that I got this fragrance. It is exactly what I was looking for. And although the notes are quite strong, it's a strong fragrance, but it's not what you would associate with notes like saffron, cypriol, and they are definitely more notes than the ones that are listed, because I'm getting a very creamy, nice vanilla also in this one, and maybe some ambery notes. So Santal Boisé was the last fragrance that I got. I did test some fragrances, however, when I was there. So I tested the new Shalimar Essence. This is the new limited edition from Guerlain. And I have to say, it is fantastic. If you missed the limited edition Shalimar Vanilla Planifolia, definitely gets this one. If you already have Vanilla Planifolia, it's kind of redundant unless you are someone who uses a lot that fragrance and you wanted a backup, and now that it is gone, you don't have it. Definitely, I would recommend it. It is a more vanilla take on the original DNA of Shalimar, and it is so beautiful. Again, I tested it on my skin and I was all the way back home just saying, oh my god, this smells so good. And I am actually thinking if I would buy a full bottle of it, honestly, because I love my Vanilla Planifolia. But since it is a limited edition and a fragrance that you can't find anymore, I kind of always limit myself. So sometimes I look at it and I want to use it and I say, maybe leave it for a special occasion, which is a mistake. Like, you shouldn't do that. I just can't stop myself. Like, it is in me. The fear of finishing is stronger than the enjoyment that I would get when I wear it. And yeah, I have to work on it. So I am definitely thinking about getting a bottle of the essence. So when I see that I have a backup bottle, I have something that is very similar, I will be encouraged to wear this one or even the essence. And you will not, by the way, lose any money by buying them, because if you know, the Vanilla Planifolia one is now selling at more than the double price. So even if you use it and you change your mind, I don't think that you will lose a lot of money. So this is definitely also something to take in consideration. This is why also I was thinking about getting it. I tested, as you saw, the Les Parfums Esprit de Parfum. I don't know what that means. Like, they are coming out with the most insane concentrations. What is wrong with the old concentrations like Les Parfums, like Eau de Parfum and Eau de Toilette? I don't get it, but anyway. So I've tested Gris Dior, Bois d'Argent and Lucky. There are two more, but Oud Isfahan and Rouge Trafalgar, which are not fragrances that I personally enjoy. So having them even higher concentration was not something that I want. and I didn't have a lot of time. So I tested these three. My first impression, let's say, Lucky is, I would prefer it in its original form, because it's just a little bit too strong. Lily of the Valley is one of the notes that have a little bit of an indolic touch to them. It's not like an animalic or indolic fragrance, but the Lily of the Valley in that concentration is not something that I would go to. But if you love the original one, which is one of the best, by the way, Lily of the Valley, like not indolic, Lily of the Valleys, I think is one of the best. So that was Lucky. Bois d'Argent, I again prefer the original one. Bois d'Argent is actually one of the fragrances that I consider like this one, although it's not spicy, there's no saffron, it's less strong, it's more like in the vibe of Santal Karma, but it's a little bit more masculine for me, and it's very similar to Bois de Riz from Van Cleef & Arpels. The new concentration is not what I like about Bois d'Argent. So it lost this very soft, easygoing, almost work-appropriate scent, and took it to a little bit of a direction that I didn't enjoy much of. The one that I really, really love is Gris Dior. I mean, I can still smell it. It's almost like sweeter, fruity in a way, and like it's not a fruity fragrance. Like, let me actually see the notes, because I am smelling something a little bit more sweet about it. It's less earthy, so less chypre like, which is the thing that I now am bothered by in Gris Dior. The original Gris Dior, let me tell you, is one of the best chypre fragrances. They are listing rose, cedar, patchouli, and amber, and that's it. Okay, so nothing new when it comes to the notes. However, I have to say it's more like a patchouli than moss, so I'm not smelling the moss. So the original one was a real chypre with this oak moss note, while this one, it's more of a sweet patchouli with rose. Like a jammy, almost like a jammy rose with patchouli. And I'm surprised that there is no fruitiness, nothing. Like, I don't know. There is something slightly fruity about it. I would say from the ones that I've tested, it's the best. I'm trying to remember if I tried anything else. I think not. But I did go to Lush. And it has been such a long time since I went to Lush. Their fragrances, every time I've tested them, did not wow me. And Lush is a British brand, and unfortunately they have no discovery set. So I went and tested the fragrances. I didn't test everything. They have a lot of fragrances actually. The ones that stood out to me is Turmeric Latte, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a limited edition for Christmas. If you love spicy, milky fragrances, you have to try it. I actually got the very small bottle of it, but I don't know where I placed it. It is absolutely exceptional. If you love this kind of scent that would remind you of a chai latte, Indian chai vibe with this milky sweetness, it's so good. And regardless of the notes, it doesn't have any cardamom. This is why it's not exactly a chai latte, but the experience, the smell itself definitely reminded me of chai latte, of Indian tea with milk. It's very beautiful with a lot of vanilla and sweet. It's beautiful. The one also that I absolutely enjoyed for anyone who loves coffee fragrances, and I would have bought it if it was available in smaller size, is a cardamom cafe or coffee. I don't remember. I will leave the name. If you love coffee, you love spicy coffee fragrances, this is really good, like really good. It is not as sweet as a lot of coffee fragrances that I experienced, that I've tested, and there is something, I can't say, is it woody, like there is something also in the background that gives a little bit depth, that doesn't make it like a photorealistic, total photorealistic fragrance. I actually really enjoyed it. I wished for them to have like a small size bottle, because when it comes to coffee fragrances, I'm not someone who would wear a lot of, but maybe in a small size or even as a solid format, I would have enjoyed it, especially now coming winter. Another one that I actually bought, but I didn't buy it as a fragrance to wear myself. I got it for the car, to be honest. Not that there is anything wrong. You can wear this fragrance, but it's one of these scents that I enjoy smelling, but I would never wear. So I definitely, if someone is wearing that fragrance, I would compliment them. And I loved it so much, but I knew that I am not going to wear it myself. It's just not me, let's say. But I was wowed by it. Like really, I was like, what is this? This is so good. And the name is quite funny. Tang Battle. We are talking about a very spicy fragrance. So you have cinnamon, you have cloves. Cloves is very, very potent here. It's ambery, it's patchouli. It is beautiful. And I already have it in my car. So I have actually like the ritual ones, like the thing that you put in your cars to get a smell. I have also like a diffuser. But if I love a scent and I wanted my car to smell like it, like a trick that I do is just to get, how you call it, that thing? In Italian, it's mollette. I will check for like the translation. Cloth spins? I don't know. Tell me if that is right. Like it's like the thing that you hang your clothes to dry. So I get one of these. And I get a cotton ball and I spray the fragrance in the cotton ball and I clap this cloth spin in like my air vent. On the other hand of the cloth spin, I put the cotton ball, and so when the air comes out, it hits the cotton ball and the perfume diffuses in the car. It is kind of wasteful, I have to admit, because the smell on the cotton ball will not be as long lasting as if you get like the real things that you would put in your car to diffuse smell. Actually, that fragrance was quite long lasting in comparison with others that I've used before. Not a surprise, because patchouli, you know, the notes, labdanum, I think was also in the note, are quite strong. And also Lush fragrances are not extremely expensive. So I know it's kind of controversial, but this is the fragrance that I got from Lush for my cars. Again, it's a fragrance that I would recommend for someone who loves spicy patchouli, spicy ambery fragrances that are a little bit loud, have more presence to them. It's very, very, very good, but not for me, like not something that I would wear, but I enjoy the fragrance. I want to smell it. So I'm now happy to get it every time I get into my car. I think that was it. This is everything that I've tested. I'm very curious about Lush actually. So please tell me in the comments down below, what is your favorite from that brand? I feel like they excel more, to be honest, in body splashes. And of course their soap. Lush shops, you can smell from very far away. The smell is so strong, but I feel when it comes to fragrances, they just miss the mark. Like, for the exception of the ones that I've mentioned, the rest where I don't know how to call it, a little bit rough. They needed to be more refined. They needed more work in a way. But I didn't test everything, so I'm very curious to know your opinions and what do you think in the comments down below. And that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel if you didn't already. And I'm so sorry again for missing some uploads. I am actually looking forward to film a lot of videos. There are a lot of buying guides, by the way. I have so many, you can't even imagine. Some are already filmed, and there are some fragrances that were released, of course, and I need to add them. I am actually quite excited about the content that I am working on and that I already worked and I just need to film. Like, very exciting content. I hope to get everything ready before Christmas, because as you all know, in December I have like a special edition for like the best of the year, like the recap of 2025. I may do a Christmas vlog. I am not sure about it, but I hope I will. I really enjoyed the ones that I did last year, so I want to get like the most important content, the most relevant content now before December. So there is a lot of work to do, and I hope I can deliver in time. And also tell me if I should return to Come Shopping With Me in Milan series. I used to do that way at the beginning of my channel, and then I stopped. So tell me if you would be interested in that series. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.